Hi, everybody. This is Reagan Brumley, Director of Bands and Fine Arts Coordinator at Lake Highlands High School. I'm reaching out to talk about the fact that, as I'm sure you've heard by now, there have been two events in the last week of just terrible tragedy that have involved high school bands, one here in Texas and one in the Midwest. The first one last week, en route to a playoff game, involved the Andrews High School Band and the terrible bus accident that claimed the lives of three people, including the beloved band director at Andrews High School. The gentleman's name was Mr. Darren Johns. And as you would imagine, there's just incredible heartache and trauma going through that entire community, but especially through the band program there. And then only a couple of days later, in just a senseless act, there were fatalities and many injuries in the town of Waukesha, Wisconsin, and that also involved the Waukesha South High School Band. They were participating in their annual holiday parade, and as I'm sure you've heard at this point, a deranged individual sped through the parade, killed some, but injured several, including members of the Waukesha South High School Band. And though incidental and paling in seriousness, damaged instruments and lots of other equipment, both with the band and other participants in the parade. So at times like this, I'm always reminded that our activity of band, be it at the high school or middle school or college level, it doesn't seem to matter, truly is a family, both within our own programs, but then program to program. I'm always struck when I visit other band halls for one reason or another that, and I look at band kids, that they act just like the kids I teach here in our program at Lake Highlands. It's all the same. We all are the same, all of us who are involved in these activities. And so any little way that we might be able to step up as a band community here at Lake Highlands and help, be it by providing comfort or by providing things of a more tangible nature, I feel like we have a responsibility to do. And I think we know that the students at Andrews or at Waukesha South would do the same for us if we were in need. So there's nothing we can do, obviously, that would fully mitigate the incredible loss that either of those programs are dealing with, but anything helps. And as the adage says, it's the thought that really counts, that goes farther than anything else. So here are a couple of little ways that you might be able to step up and help. So forgive me for reading from my notes, but I want to be sure and include addresses in any way that you might be able to contribute. So first, for our neighbors here at Andrews in West Texas, if you would like to send a card or perhaps even a donation to mitigate some of the instructional supplemental costs that they are absolutely going to incur between now and the time that somebody fills the role vacated by Mr. Johns, you could mail those directly to Andrews High School. Cards, donations, anything else that you see appropriate. The address at Andrews High School is 1400 Northwest Avenue K, Andrews, Texas, 79714. And of course, you would want to put that to the attention of the band department. So again, whatever speaks to you and whatever way that you might want to contribute towards Andrews High School, that's a physical address that you could use to do so. And then for Waukesha South, you certainly could contribute in either of those same ways, sending love their way via a card, sending donation to mitigate the cost of the lost instruments, or if you have a retired instrument in your home, you've stepped up to a nicer instrument or a beginner instrument that you're not going to use anymore. If you wanted to drop those off with me, and I'll tell you how to set that up here in a moment, I will see that those instruments are shipped to Waukesha South High School to replace any that they may have lost. If that's a way that you would like to contribute to that program, if you will email me at reagan.brumley, REAGAN .BRUMLEY at RISD.org. I will take care of setting up a time to pick up the instrument, maybe just have you drop the instrument off here at my house in the Lake Highlands area, and then I will have it shipped to the people at Waukesha South. Again, none of these things are going to fully mitigate the trauma that these programs are going through, but everything helps. And so that's a way that you can contribute, or in the way suggested for Andrews, it could be as simple as mail them a card and let them know that the people at Lake Highlands or in Richardson in general are thinking about them. The address for Waukesha South High School is 401 East Roberta Avenue, Roberta, East Roberta Avenue, Waukesha, Wisconsin. Waukesha is spelled Waukesha, Waukesha, Wisconsin, 53186. I'll put all of these addresses in an email as well to our band families. But again, if you're somebody seeing this like on our alumni page or anything else and you don't receive emails from me, feel free to email me at the address that I gave earlier, and I can write out any of that information for you as well. And then finally, for our current Lake Highlands students, be watching for communication from our drum majors. They are working with some of the other drum majors here within Richardson ISD to film some videos and send well wishes along to your fellow bandmates from Waukesha and from Andrews. And that would be an easy and cost-free way to contribute and just let those people know that you're thinking about them. So please reach out if I can be of any assistance. And I hope you might take a little bit of time during this Thanksgiving season to share some love with those students and those communities. Thanks, and please have a great week with your families and friends.